everyone, my name is Carolyn, and today I'd like to talk about manifesting with the innocence like a child. And the best example I can give of this is when I got my first car. So when I was in 8th grade, it was the last day of school, and I had a girlfriend that asked us over for a sleepover, and her aunt was going to pick us up as me and a couple other girls, and her aunt was going to pick us up, and we were going to go to dinner and then do a sleepover. Well, the energy of that day was very exciting, of course, because the last day of school. And when we got out to the car line, her aunt's car was a brand new Chrysler LeBaron. It was that navy color blue. It was so pretty. And so we're so excited that and she had the top down, and so of course we were all so excited to get in this car. And we got in, and I instantly fell in love with this car. I mean, instantly. And it had the digital dashboard, and it was just so pretty. The leather seats, and we had the radio blasting. Well, I feel like all the other girls were just happy to be in a convertible, which I was too, but I really loved that car. I just kept thinking, I want this car. I want this car. And I could see myself driving that car. It was just so gorgeous. And so anyway, we drove around and everything. So, I told my dad about the car, and he just kind of nodded and didn't really say anything. But I'm pretty sure he was thinking, oh, heck no. But anyway, so then a little time after that, I went to movies with another one of my girlfriends, and it was a movie with Betty Davis, and she was super old in it. I think it was one of her last movies. But in that movie, there was the same Chrysler LeBaron, the same navy blue Chrysler LeBaron in it. And I leaned over to my friend. She was a little bit younger than me. And I said, I'm going to get that car. That's my car. And she said, oh, cool. Yeah, it's a really pretty car. And I just remember sitting in that movie, just in love with that car. Again, picturing myself driving it. Back in that time, I really had a huge imagination, and I could instantly go into imagination. And so anyway, when the time came, me and my dad were looking at cars, and we looked at a bunch of used ones and whatnot. Well, we kept coming back to this one Dodge Daytona. It was at a car dealership, and I actually really liked it. It was that same navy blue color, and I thought, well, maybe that's meant to be because of that color. And I did like it. It had a sunroof, which I thought was super cool. Close to a convertible, not quite. But I liked it because it was a stick shift and whatnot. We kept going and driving it. Well, so one day I was at home, and we hadn't bought it or anything. My dad kept saying, we're going to just keep looking. Well, one day I was sitting at home, and I decided to go to my friend's house. She was down the street. So I was walking out of my door, walking down the driveway, and this maroon Chrysler LeBaron pulled into the driveway. And I thought, oh, well, this car is just, they're going the wrong way, and they're just turning around. And then I realized the car kept coming up the drive, and I was like, what is he doing? And then I realized it was my mom and dad in the car, my dad driving, and they got out, and they're like, do you like this car? And I was like, oh my God, yes, I love this car. And they're like, surprise, we got this car for you. And I was screaming, and I was so happy. I'll just never forget that day. And at that time, I don't really think I knew I manifested that. I just somehow, I was just a kid, and at that point I was just like, well, everything works out for me, obviously. It's so easy. And that was true at that time, actually. And it's still true to this day. But I love that car so much. I had it for 10 years, drove it till the wheels almost fell off. It was a convertible. I mean, it would be dead winter with snow on the ground, and I would have that top down with the heater blasting, driving around town with my friends. Just loved it so much. And in fact, when I sold it, it was 10 years later, and I was in my new car, and I was super happy to get my new car. But I remember driving off, and I looked over at my little LeBaron one last time, and it looked so sad sitting there, and all these flashes of all the good times I had in it came back, and I was just crying because I knew I manifested that car at that point. I knew that car was just meant to be for me because I'd wanted it so much. So my point is, when I have trouble manifesting now, when something's taking longer than what I think it should, or I'm having issues with something kind of simple that should be or even hard that should be manifesting quicker than what I think it should be doing, I really try to think back. How did I manifest that car? Because it was really, I manifested it pretty quick, and it was very easy. you know, and I think, you know, the reason it manifested was because I instantly fell in love with it. In my heart, I was just like, this is it. This is mine. And I was a kid. I didn't have any blocks built up because I was a kid. I didn't know about how much cars cost. I didn't know how much money my parents had. I didn't know about insurance and how crazy that is, how expensive that is. But, you know, my dad always told the story. The reason I got it was he went to the dealer to make an offer on that Dodge Daytona, and the salesman said, what about this Chrysler LeBaron? It's used and I had a sell for it, and the sale fell through, and I need to get it off my lot. I don't want it sitting here in winter because no one buys convertibles in winter. And I'll make you a deal I can't refuse. And my dad said he totally made a deal he couldn't refuse. And my parents, they were not rich. They were just middle class, middle line. All the cards just fell into place because I had manifested it. The universe responded to my heart and my complete belief that that was my car. And so today, when I'm having issues, I really try to think back to when I was that kid and just try to manifest with the innocence of a child. And it always seems to really help and work out and speeds things up. So I hope you enjoyed this video today. I sure enjoyed telling it. That is one of my favorite stories in my life. And if you need any help with any manifestation or affirmations, just click the link below and I'd love to help you. Thanks for your time, and I'll see you later. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.